it's a very interesting time to be an architect or an engineer or a contractor in the worldwide building industry today. 40% of the energy roughly consumed in this country is related to buildings, heating them, air conditioning them, and lighting them. And even if every new building that was constructed from this moment forward was very energy efficient, we still would not address that enormous problem.
The National Building Museum has actually had quite a long time commitment to the whole issue of sustainability and green design and green planning. Given the fact that now there's a great interest in greening all of the federal buildings, we partnered with GSA to talk about how can we make this a much more energy efficient building.
The idea of improving an existing building's energy performance is about documenting enough information about that existing building and then being able to reason and strategize about ways to improve its energy performance. The laser scanning techniques that we're using here at the National Building Museum were designed to give us a very holistic, detailed representation of the building and its entire relationship to the environment.
The advantage of using laser scanning is that you're able to obtain a great deal of information or data or XYZ coordinates on a surface in a short period of time. From this data, you're able to prepare accurate 3D models.
B&IM contributed to this project by performing a building analysis, and we started with creating a Revit model through the data point cloud that was provided us from the laser scanning. Within a few days, we were able to get a baseline model. From that model, we did our initial building analysis.
A building information model gives you a behaviorally dynamic simulation of a building where you can understand how all of those things interact with one another. And you can therefore study the problem very holistically and rely less on your intuition and more on quantitative, analytical approaches for how things might work.
Green Building Studio, we were able to very quickly understand the basic parameters of the building. We understood how much natural ventilation we were going to be able to use in the building, how much solar radiation was going to come to the building. We viewed the Ecotech as the next level of analysis to bring it into greater detail, to understand individual characteristics within the building. And then we proposed strategies to make it a high-performance building.
So the crux of the problem is how to understand how existing buildings are consuming energy and how you can improve the energy performance of the existing building portfolio.
The advantage of using Revit and Ecotech and Green Building Studio is to push the scientific analysis much further up front in the process and really go instantly from our first intuitive thoughts to a more scientific analysis.
We believe in making this building more energy efficient, that we can actually become a national model to teach the general public how you can apply current technologies to historic buildings and bring them into the 21st century and make them much more energy efficient and more environmentally friendly.